The years 1984 and 1991 saw the debut of The Terminator, a creation that later rose to prominence as one of the foremost classics in action and science fiction cinema. It transports viewers to 2029, a period where machines dominate the world and a handful of human survivors band together in a rebellion led by John Connor. To ensure the rebellion's demise, a cybernetic android known as the Terminator is sent back in time to 1984 to eliminate John's mother, thus preventing his birth. However, this task proves to be challenging as a resistance fighter also travels back in time with the aim of safeguarding the woman and unveiling the catastrophic future events. The Terminator achieved immense success at the box office and garnered widespread acclaim, sparking a highly popular franchise that has since expanded to include 6 films, a television series, and 2 web series, among other productions. Following their involvement in the 1984 film, the cast members continued their careers in the entertainment industry, taking on significant roles in both film and television projects. Some even revisited their characters in subsequent installments of the franchise. This is how the cast of The Terminator is currently engaged. Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor. Just as Schwarzenegger experienced, The Terminator also emerged as the highlight of Linda Hamilton's career, with her portrayal of Sarah Connor earning her adoration from fans, critical acclaim, and a plethora of opportunities that propelled her illustrious journey in the industry. Undoubtedly, her most notable recent endeavor is Terminator: Dark Fate, a film that not only signified her comeback to the franchise, but also reunited her with Schwarzenegger on screen more than 3 decades after their collaboration in the Terminator's initial sequel. Furthermore, Hamilton shares the screen with Brian Batt and Dwight Henry in Easy Does It, a 2019 movie that marked the directorial debut of Will Addison and features in television series Resident Alien and Claws. Last June, the actress made headlines with the announcement of her involvement in the final season of Netflix's Stranger Things, a project close to her heart. Hamilton has experienced 2 marriages and divorces. Her first marriage, spanning from 1982 to 1989, was to actor Bruce Abbott, who departed during her pregnancy with their son Dalton, born in 1989. She attributed his departure to her behavior during their marriage and publicly apologized to him in 2004. In 1991, Hamilton commenced a relationship and cohabited with film director James Cameron following the filming of Terminator 2: Judgment Day. They welcomed a daughter in 1993, Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. By the time Arnold Schwarzenegger secured the leading part in this James Cameron movie, he had already participated in a variety of projects, gaining fame for his role in the 1982 film Conan the Barbarian. However, it was his portrayal of the Terminator that propelled the actor's journey to stardom and paved the way for numerous opportunities in the future. Throughout the years, the actor, previously renowned as a professional bodybuilder, kept himself occupied with various engagements in both the film and television realms. Apart from acting, he contributed his voice to animated characters and also took on the role of producer. In recent times, he made appearances in several documentaries, such as Wonders of the Sea and The Game Changers, although he also starred in action flicks like Killing Gunther and Terminator. Dark Fate, a 2019 film that served as the latest addition to the beloved franchise. The year 2023 proved to be a significant period in the actor's career, as it marked his debut in 2 major television roles, headlining 2 entirely distinct projects: the Netflix action series Fubar and the animated children's TV show Superhero Kindergarten, where he portrays Captain Fantastic. Additionally, he is set to feature in Kung Fury 2, a movie by David Sandberg that acts as a follow-up to the 2015 release, scheduled for this November. Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese. Michael Biehn portrays Kyle Reese, the individual dispatched from the future to 1984 to safeguard Sarah and guarantee the birth of the future leader of the resistance against Skynet. This marked the initial collaboration between the performer and Cameron, who later joined forces in the 1986 and 1989 movies Aliens and The Abyss. Following his involvement in these projects, Bean continued his work as an actor, while also venturing into other roles, making his debut as a director and screenwriter in the 2020 action flick The Blood Bond, which unfortunately received very negative reviews. In recent times, Bean has primarily been active in television, participating in the 11th season of The Walking Dead and the 2nd season of Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian. His most recent film endeavor to date is the 2020 thriller Killer Weekend, where he shares the screen with Vanessa Zima, Andy Davoli, and his spouse Jennifer Bean. During the decline of his acting career in the 1990s, Bean battled alcoholism until the mid-2000s. Around 2008, he experienced a stroke and underwent open-heart surgery. When asked why he didn't achieve stardom despite having leading roles in acclaimed hit films like Terminator and Aliens, Bean expressed to The Hollywood Reporter, "People often label me as an 80s star. I wasn't an 80s star. Bruce Willis was an 80s star. Tom Cruise was an 80s star. Schwarzenegger and Stallone, Mel Gibson. Those guys were earning $20 million. I never even earned $1 million. I sort of preferred it that way." Lance Henriksen as Vukovich. Lance Henriksen collaborated with Cameron on the 1981 film Piranha 2, The Spawning, which prompted the director to consider him for the lead role in The Terminator. However, Schwarzenegger ultimately landed the titular role in this movie, leaving Henriksen to portray Detective Vukovich. Throughout the years, the performer has been extensively involved in various productions, spanning across films, television series, and even video games. Among the plethora of films in which he has appeared, some notable ones include entries in the Alien franchise, Scream 3, and Tarzan, where he provided the voice for Kerchak. He has also graced television screens with his presence in shows like Millennium, The X-Files, and Tron, Uprising, among numerous others. Recently, Henriksen has maintained his active involvement in the industry, notably co-starring with Viggo Mortensen in the 2020 drama film Falling, which also marked Mortensen's directorial debut. Earlier this year, he made a guest appearance in the 8th episode of the Paramount Plus series Rabbit Hole, and he is set to star in Justin Paul's upcoming horror flick Awaken the Reaper. Henriksen has been married thrice. He was wedded to Mary Jane Evans from 1985 to 1989 and to Jane Pollock from 1995 to 2006. Henriksen is a father of 4, 3 from his marriage to Pollock and 1 from his union with Lund. He currently resides in Santa Clarita, California. Earl Boen as Silberman. Earl Boen completed the principal ensemble of The Terminator as criminal psychologist Dr. Silberman, a portrayal that emerged as the most recognizable of his career and one that he later revisited in the first 2 follow-up installments of the franchise. Throughout the years, Boen secured supporting roles in numerous highly acclaimed television series, including Friends, Cheers, and Family Matters, and appeared in a multitude of movies spanning various genres. Apart from his notable portrayal of Silberman, he garnered recognition as a voice artist in numerous animated productions, such as Arthur, The Powerpuff Girls, and SpongeBob SquarePants, as well as various video games. Boen retired from on-screen acting after his role in 2003's Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, yet continued his work as a voice actor until 2017. Boen tied the knot with actress Carol Keen in 1970. Unfortunately, she succumbed to ovarian cancer on April 23, 2001, at the age of 58. The couple shared a daughter. Boen entered into marriage with his second spouse, Kathy, in 2008. Tragically, he received a diagnosis of lung cancer last year and passed away at the outset of 2023. Rick Rossovich as Matt. Rick Rossovich portrays Matt, Ginger's partner, who falls victim to the T-800. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, the actor appeared in numerous movies and television shows, including Flight of the Intruder and Chicago Hope, two projects that significantly raised his profile. Rosovich's acting career, which experienced a decline in the late 90s, came to a standstill in the 2000s. He starred in the Nickelodeon original movie Destiny, California, alongside Nickelodeon sensation Drake Bell in 2001, and in the thriller film Intrusion alongside Kate Bosworth in 2005 before retiring from the industry. After selling his Los Angeles residence, Rosovich relocated from L.A. to Malibu, California, where he and his spouse had spent 18 months refurbishing a property in the early 90s. He later moved to Norway, where he currently resides. However, as time passed, he gradually reduced his acting commitments, ultimately choosing to step back from the entertainment sector and dedicate more time to his spouse and offspring. The most recent movie in Rosovich's filmography thus far is the 2016 romantic drama A Moment in Time. Paul Winfield as Traxler. Before portraying Police Lieutenant Ed Traxler in The Terminator, Paul Winfield had already established himself in the entertainment industry with notable performances in movies like Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and Sounder, for which he received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Following his appearance in Cameron's film, Winfield continued to showcase his talent across film, television, and stage, featuring in projects such as Galactic Assault and Lending, his voice to animated characters in series like The Adventure Zone and Family Guy. As a lifelong member of the Actors Studio, Winfield forged a multifaceted career spanning film, TV, theater, and voice acting, embracing pioneering roles during a period when opportunities for black actors were scarce. He made his screen debut in the 1965 Perry Mason episode, The Case of the Runaway Racer, portraying Mitch, a skilled race car mechanic. His final contributions to the industry came in 2002, with appearances in Daniel Lewis's suspenseful film The Final Countdown and the ABC series Second Chances. 2 years later, Winfield experienced a heart attack and passed away at the age of 64. Robert Patrick as T-1000. Robert Patrick portrayed the T-1000, an upgraded version of the Terminator dispatched back in time to eliminate John Connor, preventing him from leading the resistance in the future. Originally, Cameron had considered Billy Idol for the role, but Idol had to withdraw following a motorcycle accident. Subsequently, Cameron selected Robert Patrick, a relatively unknown actor who had previously appeared in Die Hard 2. Patrick also made brief appearances as the T-1000 in Wayne's World and Last Action Hero, the latter featuring Schwarzenegger. Patrick tied the knot with actress Barbara Hooper in 1990. They have shared the screen in various films and television series such as Zero Tolerance and The X-Files. The couple has been blessed with 2 children, a son and a daughter. Patrick adheres to the Episcopalian faith and is also affiliated with the Bucefaders Motorcycle Club. In August 2022, Patrick publicly acknowledged for the first time his battle with substance abuse early in his career and its impact on his ability to secure diverse acting roles post-Terminator 2. Bess Mata as Ginger. In The Terminator, Bess Mata portrays Ginger, Sarah Connor's close friend and roommate who tragically meets her demise at the hands of the T-800. Even now, this James Cameron film remains the pinnacle of achievement in the career of the actress and choreographer, who initially gained prominence in the 1980s as one of the fitness instructors on the Canadian television program 20-Minute Workout. Following her role in The Terminator, Mata's appearances in the entertainment industry have been few and far between. She was only seen in the 1987 movie You Talkin' to Me and the television series New Monkeys. Presently, Mota remains dedicated to fitness and regularly shares glimpses of her daily life with her followers on social media platforms. Mota conducted an interview with the Terminator fans website in August 2010, where she mentioned her occasional participation in Comic-Con events, Burbank and Chicago in 2010. On December 3, 2014, Mota made an appearance on Ken Reed's TV Guidance Counselor podcast. Joe Morton as Miles Dyson. Joe Morton portrayed Miles Bennett Dyson, the individual primarily responsible for the creation of Skynet, the system that ultimately becomes self-aware and triggers the events leading to the impending war. Morton has made numerous memorable guest appearances on television, including his portrayal of Dr. Stephen Hamilton in the initial 2 seasons of Smallville. He featured in The Grady, 1975-76, a spin-off from Sanford and Son, as well as MASH, serving as Battalion Aid Surgeon Capt. Nick Saunders in 1976, Under One Roof, 1995, and E-Ring, 2005. Morton took on the role of the versatile scientist Henry Deacon as a regular on the Sci-Fi Channel's Eureka, 2006-12. He notably portrayed Eli Pope in the acclaimed drama Scandal, earning the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series for his performance. Priest retired from acting during the 1980s, but continues to make appearances at nostalgic conventions and Munsters reunions across the country. Previously, she restored and sold homes in Idaho, where she has resided for over 2 decades. Priest has been married twice and has 2 sons. In 2001, she received a diagnosis of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, completing maintenance treatments at St. Luke's Mountain State's Tumor Institute, and later achieving remission. John Fiedler as Warren Bloom. John Fiedler portrayed Warren Bloom in the series. Following his discharge from the Navy, Fiedler relocated to Manhattan, New York City, where he engaged in activities at the neighborhood playhouse. Among his peers were Tony Randall, James Doohan, Leslie Nielsen, Richard Boone, and Joanne Woodward. He assumed the role of Homer Brown on the radio comedy The Aldrich Family, depicted Cadet Alfie Higgins on the 1950s TV show Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, and made his cinematic debut in 1957 as Juror Dortu in 12 Angry Men. Fiedler was part of the original cast of the Broadway production A Raisin in the Sun, portraying Housing Committee Representative Lindner, a character he also played in both the 1961 film adaptation and the 1989 TV rendition. His credits also include appearances in the film The Odd Couple, 1968, as poker player Vinny, as well as in the TV series adaptation The Odd Couple, where he was invited by his friend Jack Klugman to portray the manager of a highly secured building and a stern owner of a Hollywood dog. Additionally, he featured in the movies Harper Valley PTA, 1978, and The Cannonball Run, 1981. Fiedler passed away from cancer on June 25, 2005, at the age of 80, in Englewood, New Jersey, at the Lillian Booth Actors Home, a facility for retired performers supported by the Actors Fund of America. He was cremated, and his ashes were scattered on Long Island, New York. The sale were utilized to settle the debts of the Jesuit-operated Georgetown College, now Georgetown University. Butch Patrick as Eddie Munster, the youngest member of the family, who somehow turns out to be a werewolf despite having a father resembling Frankenstein and a mother who's a vampire. When asked about how he got the role of Eddie, Patrick remembered, "I had quite a bit of experience, but perhaps it was because my fangs were my actual teeth. Even when I closed my mouth, they protruded." In 1961, he made his debut on television, and shortly after, he landed his first regular role on the TV series The Real McCoys in 1963. Then came his success with The Munsters when he was just around 11 years old. The 70s brought more adventures for Butch, including a role in the lively show Sid and Marty Krofft's Saturday morning children's program Lidsville. Butch Patrick recorded a pop song inspired by the Munsters theme in the early 80s titled Whatever Happened to Eddie as part of Eddie and the Monsters. In 2011, Butch revealed that he had been diagnosed with prostate cancer, but at 70 years old, he's doing well today. After struggling with substance abuse issues, he's now clean and sober and is still actively pursuing his acting career, primarily in independent films or short productions. Keep going, Butch. There you have it. It's astonishing to think that this fantastic, imagination-rich series lasted merely for 2 seasons, comprising a total of 70 episodes. Who stood out as your preferred character in the series? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're eager to hear from you. For joining us on this journey through the past, present, and future of the Terminator cast, then and now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on your favorite films and actors. Until next time, stay tuned for more thrilling adventures from the world of cinema.